This podcast may contain adult language, adult situations, spoilers, and some brief nudity, so parental guidance is suggested.
We have such sights to show you.
After about 5 minutes of this movie, you're gonna wish you had 10 beers.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Oh, well. La-di-da, la-di-da, la-la, yeah.
Welcome back to the Cinema Recall Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this sad last episode of the Cinema Recall Podcast. I am the Vern. Thank you very much. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas season. I hope you did not wait for the New Year's to come your way. I'm here right now to list my top 10 movies of 2025, and very excited to go through this list. Before I do mention my top 10, I do want to mention just really briefly my honorable mentions here. And yes, I'll write these down. I saw a lot of movies in 2025. Before I begin that, I do want to thank the Minnesota Film Critics Association for getting me involved with all their screenings and be able to watch other movies from great studios. Thank you to Neon for the wonderful box set you gave me, to A24, to Universal, to Disney. Thank you very much. It's been an honor to look at other movies and review things and go to screenings. All right, so here we go. Honorable mentions right now. These are the movies that did not quite make my top 10, but I want to give them a shout out here. I have Companion. I have Heart Eyes. I have No Other Choice. The Monkey. Black Bag. Legend of Ochi. Final Destination Bloodline. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, Roofman, Megan 2.0, Caught Stealing, She Rides Shotgun, Orwell 2 + 2 = 5, The Materialist, Sean Aries, Die My Love, and Christie. So those are just my honorable mentions. Let's get to just my top 10. Here it is right now. My top 10 favorite movies of 2025. Now, I'm only going to be playing the TV spots for number 5 on, but I do want to talk really briefly about my top 10. All right, so number 10, it is F1, the feature about car racing from director Joseph Kosinski. He also did Top Gun Maverick, and I believe he also did Tron Legacy. And this one stars Brad Pitt as a guy, older race car guy who comes back and to join this racing team, and he's gonna, he's going to teach this new guy new things about driving. Look, I picked this one first because on the big screen, the race car sequences of this were amazing. Just like he did with Top Gun Maverick, he does for car racing what he did for airplanes in that movie, and it's a lot of fun to see the way that you're like in the car. So yeah, I picked this one mainly because the spectacle on the screen was really something big. So yeah, number 10 spot, F1. And I'm not even a race car guy. I have never once been to a race car track. I have got no interest in watching any of it. But on the screen right there, it felt like I was in a car, and it felt just so good. If there was the Oculus Rift version of F1, I would go to that for sure, because that was a really cool movie. A lot of fun. So yeah, F1, my number 10 spot. At number 9, we have, what do you have here? Number 9, it's The Toxic Avenger. Martin Blair's remake of Lloyd Kaufman's 1984 comedy classic. Or action comedy, I would say. This is what a remake does right. It makes it completely new, but yet still pays homage to what made the original great. Because this one, folks, it has all the things you expect from a trauma movie. It is gory. It is offensive. It is like low-grade quality practical effects, but the fact that it is practical effects makes it that much more engaging for me. And I think that Peter Dinklage as the Toxic Avenger does a great job with this. Overall, this is just a fun movie. And it's surprisingly very heartfelt. and not something that I would ever expect from watching a Toxic Avenger movie to be heartfelt. Yeah, but all the other cast members in this are really great. I think you can find a written review of this on the website. I'm not quite sure, but I should cover this movie in full. But yeah, Toxic Avenger on my 9th spot because it really kind of surprised me. In fact, I could show this one to people who are not familiar with Troma, and I think they would enjoy this, and they would enjoy this enough to watch Troma's other films. And I would love to see an actual remake of Surf Nazis Must Die, or an actual real version of Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town. And yes, I'll even say this though, I would not mind a remake of Frankenhooker. I know Frankenhooker is a classic, but if they can do what they did for Toxic Avenger, I would not mind a new version of Frankenhooker as well. And what's great about this remake is that it does not take away from the other movie, because I feel like a lot of other remakes, they try to want to have you ignore other movies. I don't know. That's it right now. Number 9, Toxic Avenger. Mark on Blair's remake was really good. All right, moving on right now to my number 8, and it's a movie that I've done a written review for. It is Nouvelle Vague, Richard Linklater's homage to the French New Wave and Jean-Luc Godard's film Breathless. This movie is essentially about the making of that film wave classic. And I love the fact that, and I know I've heard other critics say this, it is for the film buffs our own Avengers film, because you get to see all the other directors in the French New Wave format there. And I'm not going to try to pronounce the names right now because I'm going to fail miserably at the pronunciation. But as I'm watching it, I do go, hey, I recognize that guy and I recognize that girl and other stuff right there. Check out our full video review of Nouvelle Vague on the YouTube or on our website, cinemarecall.net. But yeah, Nouvelle Vague is a very fun hangout movie in the French New Wave. It almost feels like Richard Linklater moved his style from Slacker in the 90s to French to do Nouvelle Vague, because it is essentially a hangout movie and a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I think I'm going to enjoy it more I watch it. But yeah, it's not going to be for everybody, but I found it to be an actual fun movie, especially because I'm a big fan of Breathless. I said it before and I'll say it again. I would love because Richard Linklater's American and he did a film all in French. I would love for a French filmmaker to do a movie about the making of the American Breathless, the one that starred Richard Gere, and have it be done, with American actors doing that film. I don't know if that'll work. I don't know if that'll work or not, but I enjoy that very much. All right, so after number 8 with Nouvelle Vague, number 7 I have is Editon, the latest film from Ari Aster, the same director who made Midsommar and Hereditary. And this one stars Pedro Pascal and Joaquin Phoenix along with Emma Stone. And it is the story of, I guess, 2 different political figures who are running for mayor. Joaquin Phoenix, he is more from the extreme far right, and Pedro Pascal is from the extreme far left. And the story is essentially how both the extreme far right and the extreme far left are wrong in their convictions right there. About the extremes on both sides are going to destroy the world more than help it. And it's a funny, brutal, strange, odd, suspenseful film. And it's definitely a Western, a comedy satire. In fact, this is almost the same sort of satire that Kubrick would have made today. If Kubrick was alive, this is the type of movie he would make. After he would done, it does have elements of Doctor Strangelove. Yeah, so really enjoyed Editon. It's goes places I would not expected it to go. And I like movies where the outcome is unknown. You're not quite sure exactly what the expectations are going to be. And I also like movies where you don't have to necessarily like the main characters. And no matter what your beliefs are or what you stand politically, I like the fact that both of these characters have flaws to them. And they make them both to be both heroes and also make them both to be pathetic victims in a way too. And I really kind of enjoy the aspect of it. Yeah, this is the one that I just did not know what to expect. And being that I did not know what to expect, it became one of my favorite movies of 2025. So that is Editon. Moving on from there, I have, The Housemaid. It's a recent movie, but I think Paul Feig's The Housemaid with Amanda Seyfried and Sydney Sweeney is one of the best thrillers of the year. I'm saying that because I've read the book and I've been a fan of the book, but this adaptation does a really good job. It is cheesy and campy, and I mean that in the best way possible. It is a campy thriller, and it doesn't take itself seriously, but yet you believe in the actions of the characters too. And all the way through, I was just glued to my screen, and I thought it was a very, very fun movie. If you don't know the story, Sydney Sweeney plays the housemaid who gets a job as a servant for this family, but then things are not what they seem to be. And the girl that hires her, things are kind of off about her, and I like the way things are revealed. It is a very fun movie, and that's all I gotta say. Housemaid, I put up there because it is paced extremely well. There's never a moment for me that felt slow. I love what they changed from the book to the movie. I thought the acting was all great. Overall, I just absolutely enjoyed everything about The Housemaid, and I really hope that Paul Feig does more movies like this. So you check out my full review on our website, as well as again cinemarecall.net. Follow us on YouTube and all the other podcast apps. But Housemaid number 6. Recent movie, but I never once felt bored watching that movie. All right, folks, we're into it now. We are into our top 5 of 2025. And at my number 5 spot, and I'm going to play a small little clip for you right now, those small TV spots, I have The Naked Gun. My Naked Gun is my number 5 spot. And let's go ahead and play a smart little trailer. Small little trailer. All right.
My name is Detective Frank Drebin. With Police Squad.
I think someone murdered my brother.
Did he have an obnoxious laugh?
I think I'm gonna barf. On August 1st, Naked Gun is deliciously hilarious.
Thanks.
Is he serious?
Is he serious?
No. It's the one summer movie that will leave you saying,
Cover me.
The Naked Gun.
Yeah. My number 5 is The Naked Gun, the remake starring Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. And I picked this because I had one of the best times in theaters watching this. It is so rare to have a comedy make me laugh all the way through, and they did it perfectly with this one. I think Akiva Schaffer is the director of this, and I know some of the members of the Lonely Island helped write this. This is the same team that did Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers for Disney Plus not too long ago, and I thought they did a really great job of that, because that movie Chip and Dale is essentially our generation's new version of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I would love to do a whole deep dive into that film. But going on to Naked Gun, being the fact that this was a remake of a very well-loved, established classic movie that was helped by the Airplane guys, I thought they just did an amazing job with this movie. Liam Neeson was perfect in this. He takes the reins of Leslie Nielsen and just runs with it. And he treats the material in a serious nature, and that serious nature makes that film ever the most funny ever. Pamela Anderson has never been more better than she is in this movie, all right? I know people have given her praise for The Last Showgirl, but no, this is where she shines, all right? She is really good. I hope she does more comedy because she is really, really something extraordinary. I even chose her to be for Best Supporting Actor in the Minnesota Film Critics Association nomination poll. She never got it. Kind of sad, but she really should. I don't know why people look down at actors for comedic roles. And I think what Pamela Anderson does in her comedic role deserves to get some award recognition, as well as Liam Neeson for his work too. But Pamela Anderson, that one scene in the jazz club, right there alone, I would have just given her multiple Oscars just for that alone right there. Loved it. Favorite scene in the Naked Gun movie by far is the sequence where both Pamela Anderson's character and Liam Neeson's character go away for a romantic trip and they build a snowman. That's all I'm going to say right now, but that was the funniest moment in the film. A lot of other great moments in there too. Yeah, overall great. I love the Paul Walter Hauser as Frank Drebin's Liam Neeson's character's sidekick. Thought he was great in that movie too. Yeah, just overall, there is just so many little like side gags, either sight gags or audio gags or written gags. There's just so much comedy going on in this movie that I have to give the Naked Gun remake just a lot of props, and I heavily enjoyed this movie. I know that people who are not into these sort of like comedy movies, and I don't know why would not be into this, but I absolutely loved every moment of the new Naked Gun. All right, folks, we are moving on right now to our number 4 spot, and our number 4 spot belongs to Begonia, and I'm going to play a small little clip of that right now.
You are a high-ranking official in the Royal Andromedan Court.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
On October 31st, the truth.
We have 4 days to save planet Earth.
Will shock you.
I know what you are.
I know you too.
Begonia, rated R. In select theaters October 24th and everywhere October 31st.
All right, so Yorgos Lanthimos teams up with Emma Stone once again for Begonia, also starring Jesse Plemons. The story is about these two guys who kidnap this business executive, played by Emma Stone, because they believe that she is an alien. And it is a sort of a chamber piece thriller, just dealing with these 3 characters, and I found it to be absolutely riveting. Of all the Emma Stone, Yorgos Lanthimos collaborations, this is right up below Poor Things. I think Poor Things is just a little bit better, but there is one monologue that Emma Stone says in this, and this is the monologue that I believe would get her the possible Oscar win, her 3rd Oscar win, right, number 3 Oscar win for Emma Stone, because she won once for La La Land and once for Poor Things, and I think she may have a chance of getting one for Begonia based on that one role. But I know everyone's talking about Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, so most likely it'll go to her. But I think Emma Stone may have a chance at least to win a possible Golden Globe win nomination for that. Who knows? But yeah, this one here, like Editon, I had no idea what to expect when watching Begonia. This was an absolute fun ride, and I just really enjoyed all parts of it. I hated the I had a little fight or little scuffle when watching the movie due to other patrons in that theater, but neither here nor there. I thought Begonia was a fun movie, a really enjoyable. Jesse Plemons was extremely great, and yeah, just even if I don't want to spoil the ending right now, but the ending just took me for a ride too, and it's a movie that I can see it can make people angry, and I can see people just getting like frustrated by the choices that certain characters make. And this is a movie that kind of like tests your own feelings about things. All right, like, do you think Jesse Plemons' character is paranoid? Do you think that Emma Stone is the villain? And it's a movie that sort of like makes you test those boundaries and whatnot. I think I have a review of this movie over on our website. I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure we do. But yeah, overall, I think Begonia is just a really great feature. When it comes to all of like Yarko's Lanthimos films, this one kind of stands out because he is doing a remake of a Japanese, either that or a Chinese comedy thriller called Save the Green Planet, and I'm curious to watch that. The tone of that one seems much more comedic, while this one has more of a balance between drama and comedy. So hard to say for sure with that right there, but overall, I enjoy the hell out of it because I like movies where I don't know where things are going, and it could go either way. And the way that the plot is developed and the way that characters change or do not change throughout it, I thought were extremely good. Definitely see award nominations for Jesse Plemons and, of course, Emma Stone. I probably some direction for Yarko's Lanthimos. Hard to say for sure, but definitely those two. I definitely see some Oscar nominations for Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons. All right, that's it. That's my number 3 spot. We're getting closer, folks. Let's go into wait. That was not my number 3. What am I talking about? That was my number 4 spot. I'm going into my number 3 spot. I'm an idiot. So that's my number 4 Begonia going into my number 3 spot. And my number 3 spot is, if I find out here, my number 3 spot is Weapons. Here we go. Here's the TV spot. Wait.
One night, 17 kids walked outside, and they never came back.
Matthew, where are you?
A lot of people die in this story, in a lot of really weird ways. This is where the story really starts.
Weapons, rated R.
All right. Sorry about the delay on that TV spot, but I'm not going to go back right now. My one little hiccup on the show here, because I'm actually doing all this stuff live. All right. Weapons is the latest film from Zach Creeder, who also did Barbarian. And it is the story about a group of kids in this one class who one night go missing. And the story is about what happens to them. I don't want to talk much more about it if you have never seen it before, but again, this is a movie where it's best watched with a large group of people. Seriously, pop this on for occasions with your friends or your families, because it is so much fun watching this with an audience and seeing people pick apart what is this story about, because essentially this movie plays a scene and then plays it again from another character's perspective, and you get to know more and more about what is happening to these children. Amy Madigan is, she'll most likely, I hope she will win Best Supporting Actor because her role in this is really, really good too. I mean, absolutely just amazing work. And I also got to mention Josh Brolin. He's also really good. And there's also one other actor that I can't remember her name, Julie Gardner. She's one of the main characters in this. She's really good as well. Sarah Paxton, Benedict Wong. Yeah, just all in all, I love this movie because it's trying to do the whole Rashomon thing where it shows different perspectives. And it's a movie that will very much surprise you when you watch it. I was ultimately engaged and I loved everything about the film, and it was just one of a kind. Really, really something good. So yeah, that is my number 3 spot, Weapons, and I was very much surprised by that. So we are gonna go into my we're gonna go into my number 2 spot, and I am going to do Sentimental Value. So here's the small trailer.
Gustav Ford! Thank you for coming. You working on anything new?
Something like that.
Kollar du med pappa? En annan praktiker. Eller här, tror jag. Går det bra? Ja, det går bra.
Ja, det är väldigt tufft att vara skådespelerska, förstår du. Självförtroende och ditt behov av uppmärksamhet blir olidligt.
Hvordan vet du det? Du känner oss ju inte sån egentligen. Ja.
Här i familjen är alla arga på pappa.
Hej pappa.
Hej.
All right. At number 2, it's Sentimental Value with Stellan Skarsgård, Elle Fanning, as well as Renee Rivets. It is the story of, Stellan Skarsgård is a filmmaker who comes back into his children's life to make a movie starring one of their daughters. He's just trying to reconnect with them. Yeah, this movie is really kind of surprised me because I did not expect much from the trailers of this, but it is a very heartfelt, humanistic story about family and about the rekindling of family even after someone goes away, and how film and art can be used to help mend and heal trauma in family members' life. Yeah, I was just not expecting this movie to be as good, and I am angry and surprised that the filmmakers of Neon did not mention that this is the same director of Worst Person in the World, and I heavily enjoyed Worst Person in the World, Joachim Tier's previous movie he made before this, because that was also a movie that I was not expecting much of, and it really kind of surprised me. So overall, I think that Sentimental Value is a great movie, and it also skewers my expectations because I was really expecting a story about this guy, Stellan Skarsgård's character, comes into town to make a movie about his daughters, and I see Elle Fanning, so I'm thinking there's going to be some sort of romance between the director and the star, and it's not that at all. So yeah, just overall, it's just a very heartwarming story. Even the house that the two girls live in have somewhat value as well, and it becomes almost like a character in this. So yeah, I just a very sweet story. That's all I can say. It just made me smile all the way through. I can't say anything more than really that. So yeah, that is it right there for my number 2 sentimental value. All right, folks, here we go. My number 1 movie of 2025. You know what it's going to be. It's Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another. Here's the TV spot.
They got Willa. They got my daughter.
Okay, Bob, do what you gotta do.
Me and Willa's mom, we used to run around and do some real bad...
My dad told me she was a hero.
I need to find my daughter.
No fear. This is like Tom Cruise.
One battle after another. Rated R.
All right. Yes, my number 1, One Battle After Another, the latest film from Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, and Academy Award nominated role for Chase Infinity. Is the story about these revolutionaries, Leonardo DiCaprio and Tanya Taylor, who are doing a lot of explosions, and they're saving people from ice. They're also blowing up buildings for a message, and they have a kid, and Leonardo DiCaprio's character doesn't want to keep doing the revolutionary stuff. He wants to be a family. The mother, on the other hand, wants to keep doing stuff, so she runs off, and there is a sergeant played by Sean Penn who gets word of this kid who may be his daughter or not, and so he goes after her, and after he goes after her, Leonardo DiCaprio's character goes after them to try and find out who or where she is. This is a movie where it doesn't matter where your political spectrums land. Everyone who has a kid will connect with Leo wanting to get his daughter back. And those two characters have a very estranged relationship. They don't see each other eye to eye. And the way those two characters bond, it is so heartfelt. Chase Infinity in this doesn't have much scenes, but the ones that she does have shows what a strong actor she is. The moments that she has with Sean Penn it's so good, and she doesn't say that much dialogue. And the sign of a good actor is that if you don't see much dialogue, but I feel for your character, that is damn good acting. And the moments that she has with Leonardo DiCaprio are also just so good, so heartfelt. All the actors that she has scenes with are just so good. And she doesn't say much dialogue, but she's one of the best. I can see awards for Best Picture, Best Director, and yeah, I could probably see Best Edited too. I watched it with family members, and they thought it was too long, but I did not feel the length once in One Battle After Another. And it is a movie that I saw twice in theaters. Each time I'm still riveted. The car chase sequence in the desert where the cars are going up and down the hilly road is some of the best suspenseful sequences I have seen so far in movies this year. So yeah, overall, I think the movie is absolutely great. I think Paul Thomas Anderson has done no wrong, in my opinion. Check out our whole series of Paul Thomas Anderson movies called PTA Meetings. You can find that again on our YouTube channel, as well as other podcast apps. So thank you very much for listening to those episodes. All right, folks, that's it right now. That's my top 10. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. And of course, I am going to be giving you my top 5 most disappointed films of 2025. And I'm not going to talk much about these because I'm sure that other people will probably mention this or they'll probably get mad at me for this. All right. Number 5, it's Sorry Baby. All right. This is my 5 worst films of the year. Number 5 is Sorry Baby. Number 4 is Death of a Unicorn. Number 3 is Kiss of the Spider Woman. Number 2 is The Roses. And my number 1 most worst disappointed film of 2025 is The Life of Chuck. Yes, or Life of Chuck. Yeah, I could not stand that movie at all. If you want to come on the podcast and argue with me about this, that's fine. In fact, I'll even put it up there for the Reels of Justice podcast to maybe do an episode on that. So if anyone wants to challenge me on The Life of Chuck, I am more than happy to prosecute that movie, and I will gladly be on the Reels of Justice podcast to prosecute Life of Chuck. That was one of my worst movies of the year. But hey, what were your favorites and worst of 2025? Please leave comments wherever you can. Please rate and subscribe to our shows. Now, this is our last official episode of Cinema Recall. I know that I'm going to be posting the last 2 episodes from our De Palma December series. Going to do one on The Untouchables and one on Sisters. And so I'm going to be getting those episodes out as soon as possible, definitely before the end of the year. And then Cinema Recall, we are going on a hiatus until late February, early March, but definitely February is when we're going to be back for more episodes. I'm going to be changing things around. We're going to be starting a new show as well as this. And there's going to be some new changes happening. But again, I want to thank you all so much for watching, for listening to Cinema Recall. Been a big, huge honor. And again, I hope you all had a Merry Christmas. And I hope you all have an amazing new year. I am the Vern, and I will leave you tonight. All right? There's everybody. Love you.